Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and into my home. So today we're going to be cleaning the main areas of my home. We're going to use my 7-task system, and this is going to have us cleaning everything from the ceiling down to the floor. I'm also going to share with you my favorite cleaning products and tools. Okay, let's get busy. Before we start working at the ceiling, we want to be sure we pick up all the things off the floor. Anything that could be a tripping hazard needs to go ahead and be moved, except for this precious little guy. Look at him sleeping. This right here is Hawkins. Oh, and he likes to sleep on Olive Grace's bed. And look where Olive Grace has to sleep without her bed. She sleeps right here in Mama's spot. Right, Olive Grace? You're okay with that. You're okay sleeping in Mama's spot, aren't you? Okay, you go back to sleep. Mama's gonna get busy. Early this morning at the crack of dawn, I came out here and I brought all my plants. I gave them some water, some fertilizer, and now I'm letting them have a little bit of sun while I get in the house and I get some cleaning done. All right, so let's go over some of my favorite cleaning products that I'll be using today. This right here is the mop soap that I like to use. It is the Brazilian Waves and it just smells heavenly. You only need a little tiny bit. It goes a long, long way and it smells so, so good. This right here is the Swiffer 360. It's what I like to dust with. This is my daily wood cleaner, my granite cleaner, my favorite glass cleaner. These are my favorite microfiber cloths, and this is a shining cloth. This one's by eCloth, and this is by Signa, I think is what it's called. I will link all of this, so don't worry about taking any notes on that. I'll get that linked for you. But this is what we'll be using mainly today for my cleaning. Now let's go look at my cleaning tools. All right, so now I have a couple of vacuums sitting out here. This one right here is my Dyson. It's what I use on my carpets. I've also got the upholstery attachment to it. And this right here is my Bissell Zing. I love to do my baseboards with that. I also love to clean my furniture with it. I have a special attachment that goes on the end so it doesn't scratch my furniture, and I'll share that with you here in a minute. This right here is the mop that I'm going to be using. This is the Joy Moop mop, and it has quickly become my favorite mop to use. And then I have my beloved Doka pole. Now, if you've been on my channel, you know that the Doka pole is something that I use quite often. Okay, then I have my Swiffer, but I don't use this in the traditional sense. I'll show you how I use it here in a minute. All right, so these are the tools and products that I'm going to be using. If I use anything else, I'll let you know, and I will link all of these down in the description box for you. If you've been following me for a while, you can tell that I am combining 2 or 3 zones into one zone right here. Okay, the reason that I'm doing this is the type of deep cleaning that I do. If I am, let's say it's right before Christmas and I need to do a deep clean before, you know, family and friends come over for our annual Christmas party, I'll do this deep clean here in the main areas. Okay, or let's say I'm going on vacation, which we are. Michael and I are going on a 25-day Mediterranean cruise, and this is the cleaning that I would do before I leave. That way, when I get home, things have not stacked up, because I tell you, up in the corners, we get a lot of cobwebs. We live here in Texas, and lots of cobwebs get up there. So I need to maintain these areas every 6 weeks. And I tell you, there's just something about coming home to a clean and refreshed home when you've been gone for a while. Who wants to come home to a mess? Am I right? I like to come home, have everything nice and clean, because sometimes you need a little break even after a vacation. I know that sounds funny, but you know, a Mediterranean cruise, we're going to be doing a lot of walking. We are going to be tired, and I'm going to need 2 or 3 days to recoup from the cruise. So I like to have everything all nice and clean, and just nice and refreshing so that when I get home, I'm not having to jump right back into my routines. Now, if you're not familiar with my 7-task cleaning, I have put it into a weekly cleaning schedule. It's called Zone Cleaning in the top right-hand corner there. And you can get this printable for free if you just go ahead and click down in my description box, click for free printables. It will take you to this printable along with some other printables. And I also have some free videos to help you fill out your cleaning schedule. Okay, so now it's time to get to the fan. As you can see, this Doka pole is fabulous for getting to the tall ceilings, but also the fan. The fan is dirty, and let me tell you, everything in here gets dirty because I have the pets in here. I also have the sliders that we like to keep open that, brings in a lot of dust. And this fan never gets turned off unless it's for me to clean it. I always have this fan going, even in the winter. I'm very warm-blooded and I love to have the fan going. So it gets really, really dirty, and I have to clean this, every 6 weeks when I come in here for my zone cleaning. So it has gotten really bad. I just wanted to show you, how bad it really got and how well this Doka pole really works. So as you can see, I'm working my way down. I started from the ceiling, then I went to the fans, and now I'm working my way down. I'm using the Swiffer 360 duster. I have tried other dusters, and I just have not found one that I like better than the Swiffer. I wish that I had something that I could just wash and, reuse, but I've tried different ones and I have not found one I love. So I'm just going to stick with the Swiffer until, I can get my hands on one that I like even better. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to swipe away all of the dust, gather all of the dust onto the floor, so that way at the end I can get in here and do the floors. I'll vacuum, I'll mop, and do all the things. And I'm also going to be doing the baseboards. We were talking about the Mediterranean cruise, and this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I want to make it special. It's like a bucket list, going to check it off, and I just want it to be special for us. So I've been planning all these things. If you get my newsletter, you saw that I've been planning my capsule wardrobe, and I talk about the reason why I'm choosing a capsule wardrobe for this trip. And I show it all in the newsletter. If you don't get the newsletter, go ahead and click down in the description, click for the newsletter, and I will get that newsletter to you so you can see what I'm talking about. But anyways, we're super excited for this cruise. I have been getting everything ready, and I just want it to be very special for us. Just trying to think of everything that could come up and what we might need if something comes up, and then also all the luxuries and all the fun and all the things. Michael and I love to cruise. I kind of feel like we're pretty seasoned at it, and so I have a lot of advice and things like that I can give on cruising. If you're interested in hearing those things, you can go to my Instagram because I talk more about this kind of stuff over there. And anyways, we're super excited about it. And one of the new products that I'm going to be taking with us, I'm going to be sharing right here with you next. Our Cruise is on the horizon, and I'm very excited to share with you these products from Epic Water Filter. When traveling out of the country, safe drinking water can be hit or miss, and constantly buying bottled water adds up fast, not to mention the plastic waste. That's why I'm so excited to be packing my Epic water bottle with built-in filter for our 25-day Mediterranean cruise. It comes with 2 filters. One is the Every Tap filter for everyday use, and the other one is the Everywhere filter that removes up to 200 plus contaminants from freshwater sources, giving us peace of mind whether we're on the ship or exploring a new port. Epic Water Filter sent me that last bottle to try out, and once I did, I fell in love with it, so I went ahead and I went back and I purchased a second one. This one is glass, it's wrapped in a silicone sleeve, and it fits perfectly in the cup holder of my car. I take it out and about with me, and I transfer all my water into this. That way I can run it through that filter. I can personally taste the difference between the water that has been run through the filter and the water that's been sitting in a plastic bottle. Epic also sent me the Epic Water Pitcher, and this one is perfect for my mother-in-law's kitchenette. She can now part with all those plastic water bottles and use this one for her fresh water. Each evening, she fills the reservoir with water and she puts it right back into her refrigerator to get nice and cold. The water quickly drips through the water filter, and this gives her safe and clean tasting water every single day. I want to thank Epic Water Filters for giving me fresh water for my Mediterranean cruise and for this opportunity to share here on my channel. They're also giving you a 15% discount by using the code Michelle at the link below down in the description. All right, so this attachment does not come on the Bissell Zing. This is a horsehair attachment. It's very soft. It's not going to scratch your furniture, and it fits right on the end of the Bissell Zing. It can fit on other vacuums as well, but I love the horsehair because I love to suck up all of this fur instead of just swiping it all around. Go ahead and get it sucked up and into the vacuum. And this right here, again, it's not going to scratch your furniture. And this is where you open and close this, and it will affect the suction. In the evenings, Michael has been working on a very large Lego set, and he puts it right here on the end of this buffet. So I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to break anything off. He's been working so hard on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and suck up all of the leaves from the plants that I have on here. I also need to suck up the leaves that get up into the windowsill. The plants are tall, and they also drop their leaves up there. So let's go ahead and get all of that cleaned up. I'm filming some beautiful shots right here underneath this plant light. Makes a huge mess over here. The kitty cat toys, all the things get over in this corner. But again, I'm making some beautiful shots here. However, I forgot to turn the camera on when it was time to film cleaning this area. But rest assured, I did get all of this vacuumed, all of it cleaned up, but I didn't get the footage for you. Alright, so now I'm going to pull out the Methods Daily Wood Cleaner. I love the smell of this. It's like an almond scent. I love it. It does not leave any grease. This is a cleaner. It's not necessarily a shiner, so it's not oily or anything like that. It's just going to clean all this up. This is going to be my last little dusting. I call it my wet dusting of anything else that might have been left on here from the cat hair and the dust and all of that. And it also removes any sticky handprints from the grandkids. So let's do the same thing here in the dining room. I'll do the dining room table. Then I'll go over and do that part of the buffet that my husband's Legos is not on. And I want to let you know that this wood cleaner is also good if you need to clean your baseboards. You can spray it right there on your baseboards and you can clean it, and it's not going to leave any sort of an oily film on your walls. So sometimes when I'm actually doing a wet dusting of my baseboards, this is the product that I'll use to do that. right, for my lampshades, I like to go ahead and use a lint roller. This is really going to pick up all of that fur that even if I use a Swiffer on here, it's not necessarily going to swipe off or grab any of that fur that gets stuck and embedded right here in these lampshades. So this is the perfect way to do it. As you can see, it's removed a lot of that fuzz and a lot of the cat fur. You're really going to see it on this one because this is the side that's by the slider, and everything just kind of blows in and goes right towards that corner that we were at that I showed you with the plant light and all the fur goes there. That's where a lot of the fur collects, and it just kind of blows right through here, and it gets on this lampshade is what I've noticed, and it gets on this lampshade, and you can see a lot of fur on here. See there? Yeah, it's crazy. Love those boys, but I tell you, they are so furry. All right, so I forgot to show you this. This is the Windex electronic wipes. I'm going to use this to clean the front of the screen of the TV, and I'm going to go ahead and just stick it on my Swiffer. That way I don't have to pull out my ladder. I can just use the Swiffer pole to reach everything. Super easy to put on here. It's not going to completely fit. That's okay. Just go ahead and stick it on there and then down in those holes. It'll hold it enough for you to clean the front of your television. Okay, so now I'm going to use my spray away, and we are going to shine all the glass. Now the cloth that I'm using is the eCloth shining cloth. Now this system, you do not have to use any product with it. It comes with another rag that you wet and you wipe down the glass, and then you use this shining cloth to shine up the glass, okay? So you do not have to use product. I just have an affinity towards Sprayway. To me, it smells so good. It smells fresh. It smells clean. And part of cleaning to me is the actual smell of things. So I do use the eCloth on occasion without the Sprayway, and I use the wet cloth, especially like in my kitchen, things like that. I don't always do it, but there are occasions that I do pull out the other cloth. But I just wanted to let you know that the system, you actually do not need any sort of cleaning product. You can use just water. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean the fronts of the glass, and I'm going to do that by using my shining cloth, hook it onto my Swiffer, and then clean the fronts of that. This just makes it super easy. If you've been here a while, you've seen me use this on my sliders. You'll see me using it here in just a little bit on my sliders, but I want to go ahead and do everything inside the house before I use this cloth outside. Okay, let's do it. There we go, all clean. Okay, so let's go over and we'll do the sliders. Then I will be done shining all of the glass and we can move on to the next step. All right, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the inside and then I'll go outside to finish up. Did you hear Mama say outside? Did you hear me say outside to the camera and now you want to go outside? Give me just a second. Let me finish this and then I will let you outside, okay? Be a patient girl. Be a patient girl with Mama. Okay, let me get this one and then we can go, okay? It's good. I'm gonna get you. Are those your nose drips on the window? Or are those the grandkids' handprints? Doesn't matter, we'll get it cleaned up, won't we? I wanted to keep this in real time because I wanted you to see just how quick I'm able to get these windows cleaned. As you can see, there's 3 large windows here. I did the front and the back, and I was able to get this done in 3 minutes. The pole has really helped to streamline down, what I need to bring out here to clean these windows. Before, I would use a step ladder. I'd have to carry the step ladder out here, be up and down that step ladder. Sometimes it wasn't safe because the cleaner would get on the ladder or my feet would be wet and it just made it where it wasn't safe. So this right here just makes it so much easier. I also see people use this if they have a very large counter and they can't reach the center, which honestly I can't reach the center of mine. I've never tried using the Swiffer pole with it. I should. I'll be cleaning my counter here in a minute. I should use the Swiffer pole for that, but I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll give that a try soon. But I'm telling you, the Swiffer pole, I use it in my bathroom so I can clean my mirrors. I no longer have to pull out my step stool for that. I no longer have to do it for these sliders, for the outside of the windows up at the top or the inside of the windows up at the top. I no longer have to get my ladder out. The Swiffer pole is really, really cheap. Just get you a nice shining cloth. The E-cloth shining cloth to me is the absolute best. Streak free, and you can't go wrong with it. There we go. It was that quick. This is the way to go. If you have big windows, go ahead and just put your cloth on a Swiffer. You can get it done so quick. All right, so now I'm going to use the Methods Granite Cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and clean and shine my granite. I can also use this over on my tables that are next to my couch. That's marble, and it will clean and shine that marble. I love this stuff. It smells good, but it also leaves a beautiful shine here on my counters. You can see that I have these large windows, and it floods in light, and you can see everything on the counter. So if there's anything on there, streaks, spots, any of that, you can see it on there. And this right here, the Method granite cleaner, just shines everything up so nicely. Okay, so I just put on the upholstery vacuum attachment on here, and I'm going to go ahead and vacuum these little chairs here. The kitty cats love to run and jump and chase each other on these chairs. They love to sit up here and bat each other down on the ground, or bat Olive Grace. These have become their chairs. It's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is, right? Anyways, and you can see I've got lots of cat stuff around here. You know, they got the cat pole behind me that's, you know, pretty much torn up. They've got the tall one that's in the dining room. They have all these beds, all the things. But anyways, they want to use these chairs as well. I'm going to go ahead and wait to vacuum the rug that's here in the living room because I have the cat beds on there, and I can't move the cat bed or dog bed until after I mop the floors. I said earlier, the Joy Moop mop has quickly become my favorite mop to use. It's just so easy to use. It's easy for me to pick up and move around. I like that you're able to control how much water you're getting on your floor by how many times you pass it through that second hole. So the first hole is where you gather the water. The second hole wrings out the water, and as many times as you push it through that hole, it will take more and more water away from the pad. So if you are cleaning, let's say, hardwood floors, and you don't want to have a lot of water on hardwood floors, obviously, you would just put it in 3 or 4 times, and it would just make that pad nice and damp. I put it through a couple of times because I do need more water than less. I have like a matte floor, so it absorbs a lot of water. Everything dries out really, really quick when I'm mopping. So I do like a couple of passes and, get it about that damp, and then I will go ahead and mop. As you can see, you can also flip it up on its edge, and you can clean your baseboards with it. So if I've got a dirty baseboard, I'll go ahead and do that. This one always gets dirty, as well as underneath the bar, because this is where the grandkids sit when they're, doing their Play-Doh or their slime, or they're eating their food or their sticky drinks and all this stuff. So I like to clean this baseboard right around here because it does tend to get dirty. Let me go ahead and add in here that I've also used this Joy Moop mop in my shower to clean the walls. Super easy. That way I can reach the top, and there's different little pads that you can put on this. One of them is like a chenille, and it's really good for your floors. But if you need a little bit more of a scrub, there's one, which is the one that I have on here, and it has like little scrubby little nylon in there that's kind of scrubby, and that's really good for the shower. I also take it outside, and I will clean the outside of the sliders when I need like a good clean, like there's been a dust storm, and just spraying some spray on there is just not going to work. It needs to be cleaned with some soap and water. I will use my Joy Moop mop, and I will give the outside windows a good scrub. You can see that I live on a green belt, and back behind there, a lot of times if it gets really windy, it will come up against these windows and put a fine dust on everything. So the Joy Moop mop is really good for cleaning those areas. And again, it's good for cleaning the shower. What else have I used it on? I think that's about it. My windows, my shower, my floors, obviously, and my baseboards. And so it's just so versatile. Plus it's lightweight. I can move it around easily. And that's why I really, really like this system. Now, if you need a taller pole, you can buy an extra little length of pole to screw in there. I'm very short, so this pole is okay for me. But I could see that you might want to have a taller pole. If you do, they have that option. hope that you've liked this video. If you did, would you please give me a big thumbs up? And don't forget to go down in the description, go click on the Epic water filter system. Also go check out the other links for all the products that I've used. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, go ahead and go sign up for that, so that way you can get August's newsletter, and you can see what I was talking about the capsule wardrobe and all the things. And I just love having you here. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I will see you again in next Thursday's video. Until then, stay blessed, my friends.